Good biscuit life, blueberry muffins, bicarbonate friendly, milky Earl Greys, burpy, chirpy, Cheerio waste bag, nappies, Jimmy Swimmy, nappy happy. Forget that 3 p.m. school kid, sharky, larky, inflatable dragons shrieking through polystyrene straws. You're a sucker for apple juice. Here's your straw. No, that's your straw hat. We tried a metal straw, but it nearly went through your eye. How we laughed the day you didn't want your lunch, the remainder of my boiled risotto with aubergine. It wasn't the eggplant, teabag-like in the pale mix. The crux was, we couldn't find all the bananas. 6 lay half-skinned on the counter, like an order. Days out of the charity shops, private jesters paid to spout Larkin, Milligan or Shaky. Sometimes you judder at a particularly complex line and have a nap. You wake up, hauled by big man hands and blue aprons up the Axminster to the paper peeling round the sides. To the lav, paper peeling round the sides. Thank God, though, a code brown at the garden centre is equal in horror to a shart at the butterfly house. Tropical reds and oranges and blues leaving their fruits to flutter round your body. Different species versus dodgy feces. You're getting chilly, but we're loath to cardigan you as it's colder outside. We should have booted you, but you won't lift each foot, only kick your ex-footballer's heels so you've got sandals on instead. Your distances are skewed, and shapes more Picasso than Kandinsky, giant puddles baconing towards you. It's a hole, you say. Puddle, we reply one afternoon at Kew, and you walk right through it. Often it was too much nectar from last night. You'd cut your slaphead on the apple tree so many times that tiny crescent scars reminded me of the protective MDF behind the darts board at the Dolbaden Hotel. One day, you sat like an armchair, glazed through everyone during a fortnight of pouring rain in North Wales, and informed us you might as well have walked off the quarry. Later, degassing Gold Label, you chirruped, "I'm going to take a moonshot," and embodied the Apollo 13. Might have been what we were watching, actually, on the telly. There was a jizz joke in there somewhere, but I assumed there wasn't because I was 6, and the moon was quite high, so everybody laughed to see such fun, and his mouth ran away with the can. I'm glad that the worst you do now is just tramp raspberries into the carpet and fright when you're constipated at the cafe. Brugh thought that you were having a fit, but it was just, shit, and you don't like Brugh, so it's okay. I mean, maybe you didn't do it on purpose, but we'll pretend it was just a moment of distaste, just to remember that you're still there, somewhere. In the woods one day, a great energy seized you one day amongst the purples and whites of the irises and early daffodils, each wide open, its colours twisting and bouncing in the sun. You angled it yourself. Have to demonstrate. Like one against a shower, and began to thud through a woodland meant for forest bathing. Your onward drive meted out the plod of all plods upon the clod. We might see some early bees, your friend interjected in an attempt to decelerate you. Some memory of a Tuscan summer, 1975, must have snagged on your sun hat, and you nosedived straight into the brambles. This time, the crows weren't laughing at you. It was the screeching green arrows of parakeets, or it killed them to see that you were trying to make more kerfuffle than they were. You were lucky the hat slipped onto your face. To our astonishment, you gathered yourself and continued to press forward, kelp-like remnants and burrs hanging off of your eyelashes. There was a big girl, Diana, at the youth club in Brixton, used to call you out when you finished for the evening. "Mickey Mouse," she'd call in estuary, and chase you down the street next to the prison. She was bigger than you told me. Maybe you saw her with her giant bow and dribbling hound on the corner of Beachy Grove, bored before the chase even began. When you eventually ground to a halt, you mumbled something about watering your horse. Breaking your neck, you mean? I scoffed. But really, I was just overwhelmed in a world of toilets and unused commodes and elastic gloves, and you hadn't peed against a tree. Not now, not for a long time. It was bizarre, like when you pick your spaghetti off the carpet, tut, and then just put it in your tea. We tell you not to do that because it's disgusting, but that's subjective. We praised the day you stopped brewing tea that looked like tar because it's a diuretic. And equally, you were superb, if creative, cook. Do you remember your egg and banana curry one Saturday when you'd achieved something administrative? It was sublime. All the other times, my friends would ask me on the spot timidly, "What are you having?" We walked home by the community centre shop and selected you a nice pack of nylon trousers. We debated over a pair of labelled trackies, but decided you looked alarmingly ordinary in them in an on-the-ball sort of way. Not on the ball at all. You're sort of winding down now from football, though, really, aren't you? We couldn't have Palace fans after overtime in the Lion cheeringly scooping you up by the neck and ramming you on the back and raucously pulling you in circles and then by the shoulders. That would have been a sacrilege, because it's Crystal Palace. You should be, yeah, I think that'll do.